Hi everybody, it's Sam Brown here, back with another video. Now the stock markets are closed at the moment, so I'm taking a break from the 100k to a million, but in the meanwhile we're reacting to Stephan, Millennial Money. I've seen him react to it, but I've seen nobody else react to it, so I thought it'd be fun to react to it, think about how he spends his money, how he saves it and how he invests it. So let's get into it.
I always believed that I would be a millionaire, and I think originally my goal was to try to hit that by 30. Ended up.
I'm just gonna pause it there. Yep, that's one big thing. You can never become a millionaire if you don't believe in it. You have to believe, otherwise you've got no chance. So I think that's some good words there.
Passing that by a decent amount. This is the moment. My name is Stephan. I'm 29 years old. I make $1.6 million per year and I live in Los Angeles, California. And welcome to, wait for it, Millennial Money. So I'm a full-time real estate agent, real estate investor, and YouTuber. Every day is going to be a little bit different.
So I've watched this guy for a long time now. Although he's a real estate investor, most of his money does come from YouTube, I believe. I believe it's about $5,000 a day. From YouTube in total. Obviously his actual job is a real investor, however I think he makes the bulk of his money off YouTube. So yeah, let's get into it.
Days I'm going to be out with clients showing properties, other days I'm going to be planning YouTube videos, and some other days I'm going to be looking at properties for myself to invest in. My mortgage is just over $2,800 a month. The market value of the other unit next to me is about $2,500 a month. Then between the equity I get and the tax write-offs from using the garage as my office, it basically works out to be a free place for me to live.
Now, I don't really get this. He lives in a $500,000 house, yet he earns 1.6 million per year at least. If he has all that money, I don't understand why he doesn't spend it, why he doesn't enjoy it. There's no point of him being a millionaire but not enjoying it. What is the point of all that hard work? Everything you've done but not enjoying it. I don't get it. Unless he's got he enjoys making the money. It's not the money isn't what I don't understand, but anyway, let's carry on.
So I spend about $200 a month on groceries, and I do price shop.
So this is his monthly amount he spends in a month. However, he gets paid this on YouTube every day. I don't understand what he's doing with this other money. I don't understand why he's not enjoying it. I don't understand it. If you have that money, I'd say just enjoy it.
Shop between grocery stores. I'll kind of make the rounds and just stock up on whichever item is the cheapest at which store. Every morning I have my same 2 eggs with ham and cheese and half a bagel with store-bought generic brand cream cheese is my favorite to do that. I refuse to spend money on 2 things. Number 1, I think everyone knows, is coffee. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, the markup of coffee at Starbucks and Coffee Bean and a lot of those places out there, so I just make it at home for 20 cents.
Okay, I completely understand what he's saying here. He's saying that 20 cents is what it really costs. The markup's crazy. And I don't disagree. I think it's absolutely stupid. And I think for people who haven't got the money and who are going out and buying Starbucks every day, I think they're stupid, honestly. I think they're absolutely stupid. However, this guy, he's a millionaire. Why is he making his own coffee every day? Why doesn't he just go and treat himself to a few coffees? It's really not a big issue, and it's not going to hurt the bank. So honestly, I don't understand this. He's very clever and very smart with his investments. However, I don't think he spends the money on himself enough to be.
Also, designer clothing. Don't see the point in going and spending $700 on Gucci shoes. So I end up saving about 99% of my income just because my income is so high and I keep my expenses so low, and most of the properties just kind of pay for my living.
What you're saying just then about designer clothing, I do agree. It's stupid. The markup's crazy, and if he's not into it, he's not into it. But for some people, they just like that stuff. They can afford it, so they can buy it. to me, if he likes the stuff, I think he should go and buy it. I don't think he should not buy it because it's too expensive, because he's got all that money. If he likes it, he should go and buy it. Doesn't matter about the brand, the name tag. That's not what is important here. He just likes he should just buy the clothes he likes.
Expenses, so anything else I make is really just seen as a bonus, and I save and invest it.
He is an incredibly sensible 26-year-old. He saves around 99% of his income, which is crazy to me, absolute crazy. However, he's obviously very sensible, and he knows that if his YouTube channel did die down, or he stopped earning as much money, or YouTube would take a big hit, he'd be okay, which is very sensible, but it's probably a bit unrealistic. He probably could spend a lot more than he actually is spending. I'd say probably 50-50, 50 spending, 50 investment on percentage-wise. I think that's quite realistic, and I think that would be fine for most people.
So I got into real estate basically as soon as I turned 18 years old, because I had no other options. I didn't get into college. I had really bad grades in high school, and I saw getting my real estate license honestly as a way where I could just get 1 year of work experience.
This guy is an absolute inspiration though. He didn't get any of his grades. He didn't pass any of his tests. Yeah, he's still probably richer than 99.9% of us, which I think is an incredible thing, and I think he should be very proud of that, and I think we should all be taking note of that ourselves. I just want to put that in before we start again.
Experience, and then reapplying to colleges, but it turned out to be a career I really loved. So I ended up living with my dad for the first few years. I moved out in my early 20s, and that was when I bought another property. The first property I bought was when I was 21 years old. It was a short sale for $59,500 in San Bernardino. It was a foreclosure that was being sold by the bank. And at the time, I had been saving up as a real estate agent, basically using all of my commissions, just putting it in a savings account. I bought that property in cash. It actually appraised and was refinanced for like $260,000.
I think that's incredible how he started off from so little. He's built it up. He's not a rich kid. His parents didn't have any money. He did really, really well to get that money, make the investment work really hard, and then build up his income.
My investing strategy really hasn't changed since I was 21, and all of it has really just been about real estate. If anything, I'm just looking to buy more expensive real estate now that makes a little bit more money, but otherwise I've just kept doing the same thing over and over again. I had no idea that anyone would actually watch me, and I had no idea that I can actually make any money doing this, so I started it really just with the intention of having...
You've got to start up YouTube without the desire to want money. It's not all about money on YouTube. You need to connect with your audience. I'm learning this as I'm becoming a YouTuber. I'm really enjoying it, actually. If this was for money, I wouldn't do it because it's going to take ages to get monetized. But I'm actually loving it, especially in lockdown. It's fun to just take, I don't know, an hour and a half out of the day to edit, make a video, make a thumbnail. I'm just enjoying it so much, and hopefully it'll come good one day. But for the moment, I'm just enjoying making it.
Fun. I'd always wanted to do it, but I also felt like who would want to watch me? And I felt like I didn't have the personality for it, and I just felt like, I should probably postpone it, but I just made a video.
I think this is one of the biggest things for people who want to start a YouTube channel but they don't have the confidence, they don't feel like anybody's going to watch them. It's something I've struggled with. I'm worried that people won't enjoy my content. I don't think I'm especially out there, so I thought maybe people won't want to watch me. However, I felt in the entrepreneurial world, the side of it on YouTube, I felt like I've been able to express myself better, and I think it's been really good so far. I've really enjoyed it.
One day. spur of the moment. It was a slow open house, and I just filmed with my iPhone, the selfie side, just talked about how I got started in real estate. And that was such a fun experience, and I remember that video getting like 9 or 10 views and just being like, oh my god, like 9 people have seen this video. So I started making more videos, and once I started doing about 2 videos a week, the growth really just exploded, it seemed like. I would say 99.9% of the comments are so positive and so supportive. I absolutely love them, and it really feels like a sense of community. Then you get some funny ones. The negative comments, at this point, I'm so used to them. Then after a while, I think I realized that it has more to do with them and their own problems that they portray onto you than it does about you.
If he saves $30,000 a month, that means he's probably got in his savings probably $500,000 already by 26. Now, hats off to him, that is unbelievable. However, once again, I say, is he really happy? Could he be, I'm not saying buying things for himself, I'm saying treating others, maybe giving a bit more to charity. I don't know, he probably does give loads to charity, nothing against him, but I just think he should probably enjoy the money more, go on more experiences, and just live life to the max.
So right now, probably like 85% of my income is affiliated with YouTube in some way or another, and then the remaining 50% is through real estate sales or real estate investments. So since I've always been self-employed, I've never had a formal like 401k, but I do have a SEP 401k. I've thrown some money in there at the end of the year, just if it's left over, just as a hedge. But then as far as savings are concerned, I always like to keep about $20,000 to $30,000 in one of my checking accounts just to cover anything that could come up in the short term or to draw from if I have any expenses that come up. But other than that, all of my other money is spread out through several high-end.
Yeah, this is one of the most important things. YouTube, you need to branch off. If you want to create a business, you need to go out to affiliate links, maybe start up your own course. No, not scammy, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you probably need to branch out to diversify your business and make it better in the long run.
Savings accounts. So coin collecting was actually something I really got into as a kid. For some reason, I found it really cool to collect like old American coins and paper money. And what I would do is go across the street from where I would work to a bank, and the bank teller knew me, and she knew me because I would go in and always ask for like any old money that she would have. Some lady came in the bank and exchanged $200 of all just like perfect condition $10 bills from 1934. So some of these are worth up to $200 depending on the condition. Others are worth more like $40 to $50. So I wouldn't really consider these an investment. Like I think it's probably way better for me to put my money in the stock market than it is for me to get like, you know, old money and just keep it for a long time. But this is just a fun hobby.
Good to have a hobby, yeah.
It's also from YouTube that I was really able to branch off into other aspects of this as well, in the sense that I was able to create 2 programs. One of them teaches people how to work as a real estate agent and build their career. The second program that I created was how to teach people to grow on YouTube. And both of those this year have probably done a little bit over $300,000 in sales. And since it's all online, that's pretty much all profit. There's almost no overhead whatsoever with that. Was able to create 2 programs. One of them teaches people how to work as a real estate agent and build their career. The second program that I created was how to teach people to grow on YouTube. And both of those this year have probably done a little bit over $300,000 in sales. And since it's all online, that's pretty much all profit. There's almost no overhead whatsoever with that.
That's one of the best passive incomes possible, starting up your own course and then just selling it for years and years to come. It keeps on making money. It's just a brilliant way to make money. $28,000 a month.
Very much like it gives you a little jolt there. So I bought my Tesla in April of 2019. You get so many rebates back for it. The financing is so cheap. Everything that went on with the car, I calculated that it was going to cost me $78 a month out of pocket net in the first year, not counting the opportunity cost of then having all the money left over that I could then go and reinvest. So I figured like depreciation is going to be minimal. I'm going to get some really great tax write-offs from it. So it's going to almost be a free car. And I figured like, oh, you know, that's the video I'm going to make. Then that video ended up getting now almost 6 million views. I think the total cost of the car with everything all out the door with taxes and like all of the options. Everything was like 44 grand. So I ended up making money from getting the car.
That's incredible.
YouTube video on his car and $78 a month, and he ended up making money on it because he got paid a lot more on YouTube ad revenue, so that's brilliant.
Well, I think we only lost like 2 or 3 pasta noodles, so I think we did pretty good.
So I have an amazing girlfriend, and her and I share a lot of the same values in terms of saving and spending money, and I find it fun that she is just as frugal as I am, so we can have a great time trying to figure out like where is the best happy hour spot and like how we could save a little bit more money doing this. And she's the one too that's also very encouraging of like, we don't have to go out tonight to happy hour sushi. She doesn't sound like that, by the way, but she encourages me to like, you know, we could go cook food at home, or instead of going out to see a movie, we could just pop something on Netflix. So one of the
This is the thing I don't get. He obviously has a thing with saving money, being frugal. I personally, I don't understand it. I'm not a big spender. However, if I had that money, I'd want to spend it. I'd want to spend the hard work I've done in some shape or form. I just think, not because it would buy me happiness, but because I felt like I've earned it, and over the time, I think you deserve a treat, or deserve to treat yourself if you're going to do so much hard work.
things we actually do when we go out is we will end up just splitting a meal, because usually I'm not hungry enough to eat the entire thing myself, and neither is she.
Okay, that's kind of cheapskatey.
So we could basically get food for 2 by paying for 1. It's really cool to have someone in your life like that who I see as just being an equal on every single level with the same mindset.
He's obviously
That's really, really good, actually. Have an incentive to get your work done. You want to finish your work if that's the case, and you're more likely to finish all your work. So I think that's a brilliant idea. However, the double cheeseburger thing, obviously a bit weird again.
Okay, I know it sounds weird too, but I do end up rewarding myself every now and then at McDonald's from the dollar menu. I don't ever eat McDonald's, but I just decided to go just because it was there and I was really hungry. I had 2 of the double cheeseburgers from the dollar menu, and it was so good that now it gets to the point where I will purposely use that as an incentive to get all my work done, and if I'm able to do that before like midnight, I go and get the 2 double cheeseburgers.
How would he spend $1 billion? He can hardly spend $1 million, so I don't think he's going to be able to spend $1 billion.
It's something that happens too often, but it does become this thing where it's like, that's my treat.
Thank you. Oh, it smells so good. There's something about the smell that's just like, how does it smell so good?
So in terms of net worth goals, I really don't have any, and I have no desire of becoming a billionaire. I don't even know what I would possibly do with that amount of money. I would like to...
I think he should do that. I think he should get some more experiences, go travel around the world. I think that would be a great thing to do. That's what I've been saying this whole video. Spend your money on travel experiences.
At 10 million, I feel like that would be just a decent number. The only thing I really want to do is travel. That I haven't...
Yeah,
If it's not the right time now, though, when will it ever be the right time? I don't understand that. I think traveling, the younger you are, I think it's probably the better experiences you have.
That's the only thing, but I could do that if I wanted to. It's just not the right time to do that. You don't need to be as extreme as...
Okay, thanks guys. That's the end of the video today. Now, as you saw, I don't really agree with how he spends his money. I do agree with how he saves it, invests it. I think what he's doing there is brilliant. However, I think he's got a bit of an issue. He's like almost a cheapskate. He's not quite. He's like just before a cheapskate. He's a millionaire cheapskate. So I think he's a really cool guy and a real inspiration to me. However, I don't quite agree with how he spends his money, and I think if he does go travelling, that'd be really interesting to see how he does it, because I'd like to see if he just goes all out, spends loads of money, or if he goes like frugally and stays in like Airbnbs and goes to like hostels and things like that. But yeah, that would be really cool. Okay, thanks guys for watching the video. Remember, there's a giveaway down below, so make sure to check that out, and yeah, thank you. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.
don't need to skimp on every purchase at all. You don't need to work 12 hours a day. But you do need to think outside the box, and you do need to be creative and leverage your time appropriately. But I love it, and I love the challenge of saving and trying to handle my money well and grow it. No one is more frugal than I am.